Hi there. Let's take a look at the following problem from the section on definite integral problems. The problem says, find the Riemann sum for f of x equals 3x minus 1 on the interval from -6 to 4, with 5 equal subintervals, taking the sample points to be right endpoints. Explain with the aid of a diagram what the Riemann sum represents. All right, so first of all, what I would like to do is go ahead and just calculate for us our delta x value here. So remember, delta x is b minus a over n. So for our problem, that will be 4 minus -6 divided by 5, and that's going to be equal to 10/5, or of course equal to 2. So I'm actually going to start by drawing this diagram. So let's quickly pull up a graph. This is a graph of our function f of x. And the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of mark those partition points. So we start on the left-hand side. We start here at -6. So since delta x is equal to 2, my next partition will be at -4, then -2, 0, 2, and 4. So I would like to actually go ahead and draw what this Riemann sum is going to look like. Since we're using right-hand endpoints, if we consider this first interval, we will use the right-hand endpoint right here to draw that rectangle. So if I draw it, it'll probably look like this. Draw it as straight as I can. All right, so there's our first rectangle. Again, always go to the right-hand endpoint. So if you use the right-hand endpoint and go ahead until you touch the graph. All right. So again, right-hand endpoint, touch the graph. Right-hand endpoint, touch the graph. All right. Right-hand endpoint, touch the graph. All right. All right, so this is what it looks like. If you would like to shade it just a little bit, again, these are going to be our little rectangles that we are going to be calculating the area for. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think one of the important things to note here is when your function is negative. So this is on the interval up to this point, like right here, where it is negative, your rectangles are going to be underneath the graph, and then it's going to be above the graph where your function is positive. All right, so let's go ahead and actually calculate. All right, so R sub 5, again, the notation here, R indicates that we're using the right Riemann sum. The little footnote 5, the little sub 5 means n is equal to 5, so that is the number of subintervals is equal to 5. All right, so I'm going to start by just kind of writing out our formula. So this will be delta x times, let's see, f of -4 plus f of -2 plus f of 0 plus f of 2 plus f of 4. All right, and now we just go ahead and we evaluate the actual function. All right, so delta x is equal to 2, and I'm going to evaluate the function at each one of these partition points. So 3 times -4 minus 1 plus 3 times -2 minus 1, and so on. Finally, go ahead and calculate, and you can use your calculator for this step. So I get that this Riemann sum is equal to -10.